Time for our political insiders. Ladies, welcome. The presidential debate is at 9 o'clock this evening. Will this debate matter, considering that most people, I think, know whom they're going to vote for? So will these two gentlemen now debating the issues, will they change any minds? Megan?
Unbelievably, I do think there are some folks who are undecided. It's certainly way less than in normal election cycles, in an environment where, you literally know anybody who has told you what they think of this election. And if they haven't, then they still might have an opinion. But I do think there are some undecided folks who are going to make some decisions based on this. So it's going to be important for both of the campaigns.
Yeah, I agree with Megan. I agree with Megan, actually. I do think there are undecided voters out there. For those of us who tend to be more affiliated with one party or another, it is sort of hard for us to believe that, but there really are. And kudos to them for educating themselves by watching debates. A lot of times we think the debates don't matter, but they actually really do. I always like to remind people to talk to Richard Murdoch, who debated Joe Donnelly for Senate in 2012, and that was a very consequential debate that had lasting effects. So yeah, I think that I think this debate is going to matter. I think it's going to have a lot of people watching it, and we will definitely see how it plays out.
We often hear that it's the suburban woman who will actually make a difference in this election cycle. So what issue or issues will resonate tonight? Is it healthcare?
I think it could be healthcare. I also think judicial nominees feel pretty important to both candidates and the folks that they're going to be trying to persuade. Very timely, obviously. But I really feel like it's going to be about the candidates. Biden's got a couple of goals here, showcase that he's competent, reasonable, presidential, not get too taken off topic or thrown off by the president's style of debate, but show he's not afraid to fight back. I think Trump needs to remind people of the successes that he has had and fire up his supporters. In some ways, this is as much a get out the vote type situation as it is persuasion.
Yeah, I think when we talk about women and some of the various issues that you're seeing that are resonating with women, particularly suburban women, healthcare is a big one. But I also think COVID is also going to be a big topic. Most women are really taking the lead on their child's educations right now. They were responsible for e-learning. They're having to navigate all kinds of challenges with COVID. And polls that have been taken across the country show that most folks are not happy with the federal response. So I think healthcare plus COVID are going to be big pieces for women, as well as the judicial nomination process. And the fairness of that. I think another piece that could come up is President Trump has said a couple times that he may not abide by the election results. And I think that'll come up in the debate tonight. And I think that's also something that not just women, but all voters are watching too.
Will the president's taxes matter, or is that a non-issue? There's no issue being reported by the New York Times that he may have not paid enough taxes. Will voters care about that? Laura?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think this is something that that perhaps the undecided voter is going to care about. His base is not going to care at all.
Megan, do you think that this will matter at all?
Mm-hmm. I think it will. I think you're right, Laura. I think his base doesn't care about any of this. But I do think that there are voters out there who are going to view this as problematic. And and again, it's less about the details of it. It's just more kind of casting doubt.
So as you know, at the end of every debate, every candidate wins the debate. So while I'm sitting at home, how do I measure success? How do I know that my candidate has won the debate?
That's the $300,000 question, I think. There's always a lot of posturing that's done after. I think it depends on how they come out of it tonight. If you're still awake to watch the end of it, which I don't know if I will be, we'll see probably some polling that'll be done right away. There will probably be some polling done immediately, and then some polling that'll be done in the next day or two to see who gets the post-debate bounce. But one of the challenges, I think, for both of them, as Megan has articulated, is really making sure that you're speaking beyond your base and you're speaking to that undecided voter. So it'll be very interesting tonight at the end to see how it all comes together.
And Megan, you get the last word on this one.
Yeah, ironically, I think it actually is possible for both of them to get what they need from this debate. Again, Biden sticking with his game plan, not getting thrown off, and Trump, trying to fluster Biden and making him seem like he's not competent enough. I think they could both win, but they will both definitely claim victory 100%, no matter what happens.
Our political insiders, thank you for joining us. Our Democracy 2020 coverage continues right now on WRTV.com.